Hey, you've made it to the fourth lesson of Buddy Holly. You'll notice my uniform has changed a little bit for each lesson. This lesson I'm honing in on the actual music video for Buddy Holly, where the band Weezer is wearing cardigan sweaters and ties. I don't have a cardigan. This was the closest that I had to that. Also, the lead singer of Weezer, Rivers Cuomo, if you remember, he usually is wearing glasses, much like Buddy Holly. So this is for Rivers Cuomo. All right, we are going to be focusing on measure 23 to 33 on this lesson. And roles get to change on this one. Finally, the low brass get to have a little piece of the action here playing the melody. So that's going to be really cool. Before we get into that, I want to talk about the success of this piece. Buddy Holly was released in 1994, and the day that it was released would have been Buddy Holly, the actual person. It would have been Buddy Holly's 58th birthday. Remember, he died at a young age from a plane crash. This piece reached number 2 on the Billboard Modern Rock Tracks, which was quite an accomplishment. Some interesting things before we get to the demonstrations. Low brass, when you get the melody, you're going to encounter this rhythm right here. You're going to notice an 8th rest on beat 1, and then and 2, and 3, and 4, and. That's going to go and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Or, if I'm clapping it, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. Okay? I'll make sure and point that out. In fact, it'll be the first thing that I play when I demonstrate. Flute, clarinet, and trumpet, you're going to want to pay attention. Even though your part is pretty simple, you're going to want to pay attention to when the notes go up and when they go back down. Just pay really close attention to that. We want that to line up. Percussion parts, you also kind of get a little bit of a melody starting in measure 31. Snares, you're actually going to start that, well, no, we'll just call it 31. 31 and 32 is a little bit of a solo for the percussion parts. Cymbals, even you get something a little bit different. Okay, we're going to start with that low brass, low woodwind part, starting in measure 23. Here we go. Let me try that again. And actually, I'm going to snap on that rest. And then there's a little percussion break for 2 measures. All low brass and low woodwinds, you share that melody together. The little bit of difference is going to be in low brass 2. Notice the little difference in sound. I did have a little mistake in measure 25, but I kept playing, and you should too. All right, let's move to the flute, clarinet, and trumpet parts. Again, you're paying attention to when you move up and then when you move down on notes, okay? Not too difficult, just pay close attention. Here's 23. you'll notice that the high note, I only play that twice. Okay? Here it is on clarinet. Wanted to give you a bunch of angles so you could see my thumb there. Probably made you a little bit dizzy. And here's the trumpet part. Trumpets, all trumpets share the exact same part. Moving on to the percussion part. The snare part is going to be a little bit different here, so just pay attention. It's really all about the sticking in this part. Excuse me, I have to redo that. And that repeats for another 4 measures. Okay, and now I'm going to show you measure 31 to 32. Here that is one more time for the snare. Okay? Kind of a repeated pattern. Huckleberry pie, huckleberry pie, huckleberry pie, berry, huckleberry pie, and then a snap on the rim. Okay? All right. The tenor drums, you're going to have a different pattern here at 23 as well. Dun dun din dun 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 din din dun dun din dun 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 din boom 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 din boom 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 din din boom boom din boom 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 din boom, and that repeats for another 4 measures. And then you are going to match the snare drum rhythm exactly. You'll change notes at different times. And then 2 at the same time on the last note. Bass drums, your pattern changes as well at 23. Boom boom rest, boom boom rest, boom boom rest, boom boom rest, and so on and so on and so on. That keeps going. When you get to 31, you have a really cool rhythm. Take a listen to this. 1, 2, and 4, and 1. Here it is one more time. 1, 2, and 4, and 1. Okay? And cymbals, you also get something a little bit different in measure 23. The first note you're going to let ring. Okay, that's kind of cool. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 1, choke, 3, choke. Okay, and that same pattern for 4 measures. And then in measure 31 and 32, a little bit different than the bass drum, but similar. Okay, here it is one more time. And then that takes us into 33. All right, piecing all 4 of those lessons together, you should now, well, you at least now have all the tools to be able to play all the way through Buddy Holly. Please feel free to contact me if you need any help or have any questions. I'm more than willing to help you with that. Stay healthy, wash those hands, and make some great music. See you later.